Warm welcome to Tannadice Park in Dundee, where you join us for the unfolding, continuing story of the Scottish Cup 1988-89. Tonight it's Dundee United versus Rangers in the Scottish Cup quarter-final replay, and along the road from here at Perth, it's St Johnstone versus Mawson. And for all four clubs involved this evening, at stake, a place in the semi-finals. Well, this is the match we're covering for you tonight, Dundee United against Rangers. Last week at Ibrox, the teams provided a 4-goal thriller. What will tonight bring? Well, let's find out now as we join our commentator, Jock Brown.
And that line-up settled the scare over Mick Patalainen's fitness. He's in his usual place, but there's no sign of Dave Bowman or Alan Irvin in the United 13, and they clearly are the players who caused concern to Jim McLean. Gary McGuinness, who went off after half an hour at Celtic Park, is also fit, but the big bonus for United is the availability of John Clark in defence. He's missed the last 4 matches, and his strength will be welcome tonight. And that shoulder injury keeps Derek Ferguson out of the Rangers squad tonight. But Ferguson and Ian Durrant apart, Graham Souness has a full squad to choose from, including John Brown, who's completed a period of suspension, to take his place on the bench beside Davy Cooper. Ray Wilkins changed the whole complexion of the first match when he came on as sub in the second half, and tonight he's on from the start to orchestrate the Rangers' effort. So a perfect evening here at Tannadice for football as United get the match underway in front of a packed stadium, and lots of noise coming from the Rangers fans at the start of the match. Here's Ali McCoy breaking on the right, looking for support inside, waiting for it to arrive. It's David Neary who clears up for United. So an instant threat blocked there by Neary for United. Ali McCoy looking very sharp indeed. Here's Mel Sterling with the throw. Looking for Drinkle, comes through to Ian Ferguson, and that overhead effort wasn't far away. Hooked in just wide of the post as Billy Thompson was caught at his line. Punched on by McGuinness for Thurrock. It's a turn to take on Butcher. A good tackle though by Butcher. There's Walters. Good covering play by Hegarty going across to mark Kevin Drinkle. There's John Clark sliding it out for another throw. Walters being invited to leave it by Stuart Munro. Rangers will want the trickery of Walters available to receive the throw rather than take it. Here's McCoy. Back to Munro. Gary Stevens playing it forward. Here's Sterling. And it's hooked away by McKinley. A very sure-footed clearance at that. But some gaps appearing there in United defence. There's Drinkle. Too big a hurry. McKinley turning it away from Ian Ferguson. Fine play by McKinley. And down goes Kevin Gallagher. A high challenge by Gary Stevens. The referee will have a word with the English international. Well, Kevin Gallagher getting some tough treatment early in the match. Not good ball this, but a late challenge by Stevens. And the referee is indeed taking the book out for Stevens, the first yellow card of the match. And it certainly did appear to be a reckless tackle by Stevens. So the first yellow card of the match. Gary Stevens gets the kind of birthday present he could have done without. Headed down well by Munro for Walters. Ahead is Ferguson. Space to move into, and there's Kevin Drinkle making the run. He was onside, but the pass was too far ahead of him. First real action from Ian Ferguson in the match. It's challenged by Goff. McInally returns it. Get a chance for Thurrock. And again for Gallagher. Two amazing let-offs for Rangers. Well, a brilliant piece of linking play. Kevin Gallagher's header. There was Paul Thurrock taking that in the volley. A fine save by Woods. In came Kevin Gallagher. That beat Woods, but it's into the side netting. Well, Sterling and Wilkins leave it to each other, and that's all the opening that McAnally needs. There's Kevin Gallagher. Hustled out of that. Wilkins clashing with Clark. Goff's header. McAnally first to the pitch of the ball. Gets it wide for Malpass. Now Surrock, putting it in towards Patalainen. And a brilliant save from Woods. Terry Butcher holding his face. He may have taken a knock. But this is a great ball in from Paul Surrock. Well judged by Patalainen. Misjudged by Butcher, but not by Chris Woods. So United having the better of the goal attempt so far in the match. All their strikers coming close. Here's Billy McKinlay with a corner. Firmly headed away by Goff. McAnally, the inspiration of that last United attack, has possession again. McKinley's cross, looking for Hegarty. Well, Paul Hegarty got up well, but he couldn't get any power or direction into the header. Billy McKinley's outswinging with the left foot. You see Paul Hegarty, number 5, getting up above Stuart Monroe, but an easy one for Woods. Good header that by Hegarty, deliberately down towards Clark. Well, they're going to break the ball there off his face, and Walter is in the clear because Clark is still out of the play. There's Walter's cross, and Neary was there for United. Well, John Clark is still holding his face. Not yet back in the play. The referee being told that Clark is still suffering. That's what provided so much space for Walters, and the play continues with Rangers in possession. Here's Gary Stevens. Safely gathered by Thompson. Stevens challenging well in the air. That came off Patalainen in the end, according to referee George Smith. So a throw to Rangers. Sterling's head flick. Gets it back. Drinkle underneath that, but it's out again for a throw. Hegarty leaves it. Here's Ferguson pointing to Mark Walters to take up position. Stevens at full stretch. There's Goff. The choice is strong. That's played forward by Drinkle. Clark being hurried out of that by Walters. A little bit of slackness there by Clark. Walters gets in the cross, and Hegarty's there for United. That's McGuinness. Now Wilkins. Beautiful pass to pick up Walters on the left. Cross to the far side, tested done by Sterling for Stevens. It's blocked by Malpass. So some hold up now. There's a Rangers player on the ground on the near side. It appears to be Mark Walters. So the play is not continuing. The whistle had gone for a hold up to get some attention here for Mark Walters. Well, there's how it happened. Walters coming inside Clark, releases the cross, then takes that late tackle. There's John Clark lofting the long ball forward. Surrock coming in to inconvenience Stevens and forces that clumsy clearance. Close to United. More than a minute played now at the end of the first half. And there will be no more time added on. The referee George Smith brings a very disappointing first half to an end. It's been tense, it's been tentative, although the best goal efforts have come from Dundee United. A shot from Paul Surrock, blocked by Woods, then the header from Kevin Gallagher, and then one very good header from Mixu Patalainen from Billy McKinley's cross, which brought out a fine save from Chris Woods. But in the end, still no scoring. Is Dundee United 0, Rangers 0, with lots of drama to come, I'm sure, when you rejoin us after the break. No scoring in a disappointing first half, and no change in either lineup at the start of the second period. Dundee United have Miodrag Livakovic and Joe McLeod available to come on, and the Rangers subs are John Brown and Davy Cooper. And I suspect we may see some of them before the end. The consideration for both managers, though, is the fact that extra time is a possibility tonight, so they have to be careful to use their resources sensibly. So there's the Rangers dugout. Lots of people in there. Neil Cooper sitting on the right, and Nicky Walker right in front of the picture. There's Jimmy Bone on the left of the picture there, the United coach. Jim McLean, of course, in the stand, as is Graham Souness. McCoy's header. This is Sterland. Well, trying that clever ball towards McCoy, but Malpass is able to escort it behind to the goal. Well, Sterland still on the ground. He's clutching his right ankle. The referee insisting the play continues. Going up with Pantalainen. There's Sturrock, and Gallagher is caught offside. Now that must have been a very close decision, because Gallagher was trying very carefully to remain onside. There was Sturrock, and there Gallagher trying to make sure he's on, but that picture indicates that he was certainly behind both Stevens and Butcher. Free kick, looking for Trinkle. He's up with Malpass. There's McCoy. There's Sterland. That came off the face of David Neary. It'll be a corner kick to Rangers. Annoyed to hear coming from the Rangers fans. Sterland seems to be a little bit handicapped after taking a knock in the first half, which he may well have exacerbated early in the second half. And Walters will attempt that corner kick once again. Looking for Butcher and Goff. It's Butcher who wins it. Thompson forced to turn that over. He could take no chances. Butcher getting up well. The long, deep, out-swinging corner kick. Billy Thompson electing to stay on his line. Hegarty going up, but Butcher won it. A looping header, and Thompson took no chances. And here's Walters again. The same direction. Butcher wins it again. There's McCoy. Trying to play it into the danger area, but McInally clears for United. Here's Walters. Well saved by Thompson. There's McCoy. 50 minutes gone. Ali McCoy puts Rangers ahead. And that was down to the genius of Walters. There's the left foot shot. Thompson at full stretch with a fine save off the crossbar. McCoy steadying himself to drill that past the keeper. And McCoy scores his 14th goal of the season to put Rangers ahead. Well, just the kind of moment to bring the crowd to life. It's been a strangely quiet match so far, but now United have to come from behind. They've done it frequently so far in the Cup, notably against Aberdeen. And the singing now coming to the Rangers fans. Oh, what an incredible shot that was from Walters. And Billy Thompson was very upset indeed that his superb save really came to nothing with McCoy coming in on the rebound. The header came from Neary. There's Goff. McCoy doing some backing in, but Malpass steadies himself to head clear. Sterling now looking towards Butcher and Goff to see if they're going to come up to join the attack. They haven't come forward, so the shot throw preferred. There's another chance now. Well, the chance is Super Ali now. Winkle going up with Hegarty. Hegarty won it. There's Wilkins. Sturrock was there for United. And a free kick for the challenge by Stevens on Gallagher. So the ball retrieves quickly for this free kick. Mark Walters now getting some encouragement from the Rangers fans for his part in that opening goal. Here's McCoy. Walters over on the left. Playing it forward, and McCoy appeared to know that he was offside. The referee acknowledges the flag and waves play on, avoiding any hold-up, with United in possession. Headed on by Patalainen, there's Sturrock. Came off Gary Stevens, there's Sturrock. Well, no luck again for Paul Sturrock. He's still to break his duck for United this season, having missed much of the season. But he reacted very quickly indeed to this shot, and Woods was relieved to see it go wide. Now pass with the header, there's Wilkins. McCoy is onside, there's no one in the middle for the moment. Brinkle was caught deep. John Clark playing it on, Sturrock missed it. Goff turning it back. Mr. Goff took a knock, but he is now scarcely troubled. Malpass wins the high ball. There's Sterling and now Neary. Kevin Gallagher trying to chest it down. The challenge came from Munro. It came in high. That's a free kick to United. The United players concerned about time wasting on the part of Rangers. Here's David Neary now with the free kick. Headed on by Clark. Butcher commands the area and heads it out. Here's Walters. David Neary in the way of that pass intended for Ferguson. Here's Sturrock. Playing it in early for Hegarty. Down he goes. The challenge came from Goff. No suggestion, though, of a foul on that challenge. Hegarty looking for nothing, and that's exactly what he's getting. Hegarty going up with Winkle. There's McGuinness. So many high balls played forward in this match. Goff wins that one. Here's Ian Ferguson. Teeing it up to the left foot of Stuart Munro. And McKinley there to meet him very quickly indeed. Munro throw up the line. Getting off the head of McGuinness. Well, still no sign of action on the subs bench on either side, although I wonder how long it may take for Rangers to bring on John Brown to stiffen up their midfield perhaps. Make sure they give nothing away in these late stages in the match. There's Wilkins squeezing it wide, looking for Sterling. This is Sturrock. Off goes Malpass. Sturrock used him as a decoy. Here's McInally. Now Patalainen, great play from Dundee United. And it came off Butcher for the corner kick. An excellent piece of play by Dundee United on the left. Beautifully set up, and the final cross turned away by Butcher. There was a pass with McInally touched into the path of Patalainen. The decoy run was made by Malpass, and there was Patalainen playing it in off the thigh of Teddy Butcher. Paul Sturrock in the box, doing a little bit of pushing, I think. Yes, the free kick's been given. Sturrock pushing Stuart Munro to make space. They get beaten that time by McCoy, but Clark has plenty of time. Malpass really given no chance with that, with Brinkle so close to him. Thompson now will prefer the long ball forward. Looking for Patalainen. Sterling miscues. There's Sturrock looking for McInally. Supporting player is Malpass. Taking it away from Gary Stevens. Good play from Malpass. Fine cross. There's a chance for McGuinness. And Ferguson was there. Walters down the break for Rangers. This could be promising. He has McCoy and Brinkle up with him. Good running this by Walters. Now releasing the cross. Looking for Brinkle. The First let it run. United now have players back. There's Ian Ferguson. Well, he had a chance there, a fleeting chance if he could have timed that well. Here's Neary. Patalainen. No one forward on the left for United, giving Stevens all the time in the world to tidy up. McCoist again doing well, glancing that header on. There will be a United throw. So some action on the bench for Rangers. Mel Sterland has worked very hard, goes off, and the replacement coming back after suspension is John Brown. So Brown will, I'm sure, go into a midfield role, vacated by Sterling, although they may reorganise the positioning a little. Brown more comfortable on the left. Sterling played on the right. May see Ian Ferguson coming across to that position. And Stevens with a throw. Up goes Sprinkle. Now it's McCoy. Shielding it, waiting for Stevens. The tackle came from Thurrock. Rangers sort of lost their long throw weapon with Sterling going off. Well, that's not bad at all from Gary Stevens, and it has Rangers a corner kick off the head of Paul Hegarty. Hegarty's taken a few knocks about the face. He was looking a bit groggy a moment or two ago. He's had some remarkable jousts with Terry Butcher in both boxes. So here's Mark Walters. Headed away by McInally at the near post. There was Ian Ferguson, a fine block there by Thurrock. And a clumsy touch by Stevens. Well, Dundee United have never overcome Rangers in a cup tie any time in their history. And now they're all stacked against them, trailing by 1-0 inside the final 20 minutes of the match. Foul throw given against Gary Stevens. Taking the throw from the wrong place. Belfast and McInally looking for McGuinness on the right. Here's Stuart Monroe for Rangers. The early high ball looking for McCoy. Paul Hegarty looking somewhat aggrieved about the challenges of McCoy. A smile, rueful smile on the face of the veteran centre half. The layoff came from Patalainen. This is McInally. The left foot shot. Inches away from McInally. Well, no wonder he's holding his head. Clearly thought that might have been going in. There was the shot. Under pressure it was from Ferguson. Woods was beaten and that shaved the post. After McInally's only scored once this season so far, and that would have been a vital one. Hegarty making no mistake that time, but he's been penalised for using his arms to climb on the shoulders of Drinkle. Well, the referee could scarcely have been closer to the incident to make up his mind, right beside the two players. So Richard Goff preparing to take this free kick. Woods has gone forward. That's towards Drinkle. And it was misjudged by Thompson. Wow, the free kick given for the challenge by Drinkle on Thompson. And I have to say, it did look to me as though Billy Thompson was fortunate here, because he looked as though he may have misjudged the flight of the ball somewhat as Drinkle came in. Well, the referee gave the free kick. Goff's header. Ferguson operating on the right side of the midfield where Sterling was. Down goes Drinkle, a foul by Malpass. The Rangers midfield now has Ferguson, Wilkins, Brown and Walters when he's not required to join Drinkle and McCoist up front. There's Gary Stevens. Sean Brown in the box, nodding it down well. Scrambled away by Hegarty and Mary. Butcher heads it wide. There is an offside flag up. It's against Kevin Drinkle. Not John Brown, who was the target for the header. Right in the middle of the field, Kevin Drinkle was offside. Stevens with the free kick, which Brown won very cleanly indeed, nodding it down. And it's scrambled away there by Hegarty, then completed by Neary. Now pass. Inside is McKinley. Here's John Brown. Headed away by Stevens. No free kick there as Drinkle and Neary clash off the ball. Now pass to Hegarty. This is Ian Ferguson. Well, that's too far ahead of McCoy. He's asking too much of the striker. Touched on by Patalainen. There's Gary Stevens. Now Ian Ferguson. Well judged by Malpass. And the challenge by Wilkins was important there for Rangers, allowing Ferguson to release Drinkle. McCoy calls the ball in the middle. Walters at the far side with John Brown. Here's Walters. That may have been handball. No, the referee waits play on with Billy Thompson having possession. I think he may well have given the free kick had Thompson not been able to collect that. Headed by Goff, finds Brown. Oh, that's a good pass. Here's Walters on the left. Going at John Clark. Making for the byline. David Neary is there for United, keeping the ball in play. Patalainen goes up with Goff. Sturrock laying it wide for McAnally. Sturrock and McAnally. Headed away by Goff. Oh, good play from Ferguson, but it's just too far ahead of Gary Stevens. And now the first change will be made by Dundee United. Taking off Kevin Gallagher, who's had a very quiet second half in particular, and replacing with a similar player, Joe McLeod, who will go and play up front. 13 minutes left for Joe McLeod to make an impact. Here's Ian Ferguson, tackled by Malpass. This ball collected by McKinley. There's Malpass. Now Hegarty. Looking for Patalainen, who heads it on. Goff reacts quickly. That's good play by Goff. And as he came forward, he appeared to catch Billy McKinley. McKinley himself was coming in fairly high, and the free kick, I think, will go to Rangers in the end, but McKinley will get some treatment. So there's the challenge which caused that problem for McKinley. Patalainen taking the chance to get some treatment to his right leg. Well, McKinley's certainly all right. He's back in his feet, ready to continue. Well, shrugging off some pain. Well, this is a very sad moment for Dundee United, for Mixu Patalainen. Requiring to be carried off, damage to that right leg. So Krivokapic is going on. A major blow that to the hopes of Dundee United in the late stages of the match, though, to lose the striking prowess of Patalainen, who was doubtful before the match. So some reorganisation being done by Jim Bone, the United coach, as Krivokapic takes the field. Malpass beaten to that by Ferguson. Here's Walters. On the near side is McCoy. Now Drinkle. Starting neatly but tackled well by McAnally and then dropped by Malpass. Here come United again. John Clark has gone into the attack. And that kind of service won't give him the chance to show his ability in that regard. And there's no offside flag. Here's Mark Walters. McCoy is up with him. McCoy is offside. No question about that. McCoy surely was always offside as he ran forward. And really, for a very experienced player like Ali McCoy, that was unusual. That was Walters, who appeared himself as though he may have been offside. But as he came forward, McCoy is there all the time in offside position. So when the ball came across, there can be no doubt about that decision. There is McGuinness. Now Joe McLeod fails to control it. There he goes across. And there goes the final whistle. Rangers are through to the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. And there's the man who put them there. Ali McCoy with his 14th goal of the season. A fine, opportunist effort it was. After Mark Walters in the leading up work with a chink inside, a thundering shot which Thompson played onto the crossbar. In came McCoy. One flash of striking genius, and Rangers go through, saluting their crowd now. But United, a major disappointment on the night. Not the most distinguished cup tie of all time by any means, but Rangers in the end, worthy winners. McCoy salutes the fans. The final score here at Tannadice, Dundee United 0, Rangers 1.